For more than 1,000 years, Constantinople stood as one of the most powerful cities on earth. Massive walls protected it. Mighty empires failed to conquer it. Many believed the city was simply impossible to defeat. But in the spring of 1453, a young sultan arrived with a dream that would change history forever. After 53 days of relentless siege, the impossible finally happened. This is the story of the fall of Constantinople, the day an empire ended and a new era began. For centuries, Constantinople was known as the jewel of the Byzantine Empire. Located between Europe and Asia, it controlled one of the world's most important trade routes. Merchants, soldiers, and travelers from every corner of the known world passed through its gates. The city's greatest strength was its massive defensive walls. Built in the 5th century, the Theodosian walls stretched for miles and protected Constantinople from countless invasions. Army after army had tried to capture the city, but almost all had failed. To many people, Constantinople seemed unconquerable. In 1451, a 19-year-old ruler became the Sultan of the Ottoman Empire. His name was Mehmed II. Many people underestimated him because of his age. They believed he lacked the experience to achieve great victories. But they were wrong. Since childhood, Mehmed had dreamed of conquering Constantinople. He studied military strategy, engineering, history, and several languages. More importantly, he believed that capturing the great city would secure the future of the Ottoman Empire and change the course of history. Unlike the rulers before him, Mehmed refused to wait. He began preparing for the greatest military campaign the medieval world had ever seen. Thousands of soldiers were recruited. A powerful navy was assembled. Roads were repaired, supplies were gathered, and new fortresses were built to control the Bosphorus Strait. But Mehmed knew one thing. The legendary walls of Constantinople had defeated countless armies before him. If he wanted to succeed, he would need a weapon the world had never seen. That weapon would soon shake the city to its foundations. Within months, the largest cannon ever built would roar across the battlefield. And the walls that had stood for 1,000 years would face their greatest test. On April 6, 1453, the Ottoman army finally arrived outside the mighty walls of Constantinople. Historians estimate that tens of thousands of Ottoman soldiers surrounded the city, while the Byzantine defenders numbered only a few thousand. Despite being heavily outnumbered, the defenders were determined to protect their capital. For centuries, the Theodosian walls had stopped powerful armies. This time, however, the Ottomans brought something the world had never witnessed before. A massive bronze bombard cannon, designed by the engineer Orban, was positioned outside the walls. It was one of the largest cannons of its time, capable of firing enormous stone cannonballs that shook the earth. When the first shot was fired, the sound echoed for miles. The walls that had protected Constantinople for nearly 1,000 years began to crack. Day after day, the cannons continued firing. But every night, the Byzantine defenders rushed to repair the damaged walls under the cover of darkness. The battle became a race between destruction and survival. Meanwhile, the sea remained a major obstacle. A giant iron chain stretched across the entrance to the Golden Horn, preventing the Ottoman navy from entering the city's protected harbor. For a moment, it seemed the city's greatest defense had worked once again. But Sultan Mehmed had another plan. A plan so bold that even his own commanders struggled to believe it. Instead of fighting through the chain, he decided to move an entire fleet of ships across land. By morning, the people of Constantinople looked toward the harbor, and could hardly believe what they were seeing. Ottoman warships were floating inside the Golden Horn. The impossible had happened, and the final battle was now only days away. Before dawn on May 29, 1453, the Ottoman army launched its final attack. Wave after wave of soldiers advanced toward the battered walls of Constantinople. Trumpets echoed across the battlefield, arrows filled the sky, and the roar of cannons shook the city one last time. For hours, the Byzantine defenders fought with extraordinary courage. Among them was Emperor Constantine XI, who refused to abandon his people. Rather than escaping, he chose to remain on the front lines and defend his city until the very end. As the fighting intensified, Ottoman forces discovered a vulnerable section of the damaged walls. After fierce hand-to-hand combat, they broke through the city's defenses. The Ottoman banners were raised above the walls. After more than 1,100 years, the Byzantine Empire had come to an end. For the people inside the city, it marked the end of an era. For the Ottomans, it was the beginning of a new chapter in history. Sultan Mehmed II entered Constantinople and declared it the new capital of the Ottoman Empire. The city would later become known as Istanbul, growing into one of the world's greatest centers of culture, trade, and learning. The fall of Constantinople changed global history. It reshaped trade routes, shifted the balance of power, and is often regarded by historians as one of the events that marked the end of the Middle Ages and the beginning of the early modern era. Even today, more than 5 centuries later, the story of Constantinople remains one of history's greatest turning points, a reminder that no empire lasts forever, and that moments of change can reshape the world for generations. If you enjoyed this journey into history, subscribe to Empyrean Vault for more cinematic documentaries exploring the greatest empires, battles, civilizations, and mysteries that shaped our world.